TKO Boxing with Sherry Abbasi. Today I'm joined by a few different guests from a few different places around the world. First of all, just want to introduce Mr. Patrick Ragan of Westside Promotions, Mr. Rudy Tellez of the WBC, a former dentist as well, and current super welterweight contender, Alejandro Luis Silva from Argentina. First of all, a massive thank you to all of you for making some time today for this conversation. And Patrick, I'd like to start with yourself, please, if possible, just to get a bit of background on your working relationship with Alejandro and a little bit about his upcoming fight on October the 4th, and also about Westside Promotions and hopefully what you expect from Alejandro in the coming fights.
Okay. Yes, we're very excited about bringing Alejandro on board. This will be his second fight with Westside. His last one was back in April, which was a 4-round TKO. And this fight coming up, it's in Colombia, October 4th. And it's a very good opponent for Alejandro. It's will be a great fight. Alejandro is a force to be reckoned with. He's coming out of Argentina. We are very excited about building him and his career and giving him these title opportunities coming up. And you can tune into this fight October 4th. We can get you the streaming details later, which I don't have here in front of me. And an exciting fight. Alejandro is a devastating, boxer puncher, high boxing, IQ. He punches with both hands. He's very pressure oriented, very exciting fighter. 25-0, 20 knockouts. And on that verge, he's on that verge of breaking out. And again, we're very excited about promoting him and getting him to that next level of where he deserves to be. And this fight here in Colombia will proceed. A fight coming up that we're working on at the beginning of next year in 26 to have the remaining of his fights up here in America, and then moving forward from there.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Patrick. I appreciate that. So what I'll do now, I'll move on to Alejandro. Alejandro, first of all, very, very happy we managed to get the technical issues sorted out and get you on the call with us. Massive thank you for giving us some of your time, Alejandro. First question I really have for you, for the people who don't know, how did Alejandro Luis Silva enter the sport of boxing? What are your earliest experiences in the sport and what led you to becoming a professional boxer, please?
Quieres saber, primero dice que mucho gusto a conocerlo y dispensa todo que pasó, que no podíamos hablar, conectar y todo. Ya figuramos todo, eso está bien. Quieres saber de cómo comenzaste a entrenar para ser peleador, a qué año era y ahorita profesional, cómo querías hacer profesional.
Bueno, primero que nada, muchas gracias por tenerme en cuenta la entrevista. Sí, yo la verdad que vengo del fútbol soccer. Y bueno, nada, una vez un amigo mío me invitó a entrenar boxeo y la verdad que me re gustó, fue algo que me atrapó. Y bueno, creo que ahí comenzó, ¿no? O sea, todo sueño tiene un comienzo y creo que eso fue lo que a mí me incentivó de salir de las calles. Siempre me gustó el deporte, por eso sabía que en algún deporte iba a ser bueno, pero no sabía en cuál. Y bueno, por suerte me empezó a ir bien en las peleas amateur hasta que entré en la selección argentina de boxeo. Y bueno, cada vez que uno va avanzando, de un paso lleva a otro, ¿no? De ahí me hice profesional y bueno, hoy tengo 26 peleas profesionales y vengo invicto en 26 peleas.
Okay. All right. First of all, he says he wants to thank you very much, Patrick, and yourself, Sherry, for this opportunity and also for interviewing him right now at this time. And he said that the way he ended up into the sport of boxing was that he was a soccer player, and one of his friends was working out. He introduced him to boxing, and then from there he liked the sport of boxing. He loved it, so he just stuck with it. So he fought amateur, and then after that he fought professional, and now he's 25-0 or 26-0.
Thank you for that translation as well, Rudy. So he sort of fell into the sport in some ways. I mean, it wasn't something that he was sort of long-term looking at from a young age, but he's obviously done very well. 25 wins, undefeated at the moment. The division that he's in is a very stacked division. Someone like Terence Crawford was in that division. Israel Madrimov, Virgil Ortiz, Sebastian Fundora, some massive names, some very big fights that can be made if Alejandro comes through his fight, obviously on October the 4th, and the fight that Patrick is saying early in 2026. Where does he see himself fitting in the mix with such a dangerous division?
Están hablando que ahorita estás en un lugar de boxeo, peso, y andan diciendo también que usted estás en el clase como donde estaba Crawford antes, y también a todos los otros peleadores que están en el peso tuyo, y ya que sales con esta pelea, a ver si usted ¿qué crees? ¿Estás listo para pelear con ellos?
Sí, la verdad que yo estuve viviendo casi 3 años en Los Ángeles. Estuve entrenando en el gimnasio de Manny Roble, donde estuve entrenando con Bocachu, el ucraniano que fue campeón del mundo del Consejo. Estuve entrenando con Terrell Gauya, también que él tuvo chance mundialista.
Con permiso. He was training with all these guys that he's mentioning right now in LA. Yes. With Manny Robles.
También estuve entrenando con Virgil Ortiz, que fuimos compañeros en el gimnasio. Y la verdad que siempre me sentía al mismo nivel que ellos en los sparring. E incluso ellos me querían contratar a mí para sus peleas. Y bueno, en el anteúltimo campamento de Hamza, que peleó antes de que peleé con Berlanga, me habían contratado a mí también para hacer sparring por mi categoría, porque saben que soy agresivo. Y bueno, nada, la verdad que siento que estoy a la altura. Obviamente hoy me encuentro en Argentina, pero cuando me salga una gran oportunidad me gustaría volver al campamento en Los Ángeles para estar listo para ese nivel de pelea.
Okay, well, he's just saying that he's after this fight he's ready to go. He says he wants to fight the best because he had over there in LA, over there with Manny Robles. He had great sparring. He had he kept it up closely with the other ones. The other ones he was really training real hard, and he said that for him he said that it was very easy for him. It wasn't that hard at all. So he wants to go back again if it's benefit for him to go back to LA. But when he was in LA, they wanted to contract him, but he said no. He said he's going to go back to Argentina. So that's where he's at right now.
Okay, sure. So, I mean, he has shared the ring with a lot of, world-class fighters. And like you said, it's clearly benefited him. It's taught him a lot of things, and he's managed to up his level through that as well. So it's definitely benefited him. Alejandro, for the people who haven't seen you in the ring, how would you describe your fighting style? Are you an all-action fighter, or are you a fighter who can do a bit of both? Can you box and sort of fight your way through your bouts?
Ya la gente no te han visto pelear mucho. Casi toda la gente y todo, y usted sabe que los peleadores que pelean acá en Estados Unidos, y usted también que vas a venir para acá, tú ya crees que ya estás listo para ellos y todo ya después de esto.
Sí, la verdad que hoy, si yo firmé con Westside Promotion y con Patrick, es porque ellos me dijeron que me iban a buscar las oportunidades para poder hacer grandes peleas. Okay. E incluso hace poco me habían llamado para hacer la pelea con ¿cómo se llama? Con el que subió de welter a super welter, no me acuerdo, que pelea ahora, en octubre. Me habían llamado para pelear con...
Who's the one that stepped up to super welter? You guys, who's the one that stepped up to super welter?
Boots Ennis.
Boots Ennis?
Con Ennis. Claro, me habían llamado para pelear con
Yeah,
Ennis.
they called for him to fight him.
Oh, wow,
Pero,
okay.
bueno, siento que, bueno, me había dicho Patrick que quizás no era el momento, que tenía que esperar un poco más.
He was
Pero
saying,
bueno,
Patrick
nada,
said,
ahora tengo este compromiso y bueno, ahora estoy muy enfocado en esta pelea y bueno, después de esta pelea espero que acá en diciembre se me venga una buena oportunidad.
okay, he said that he's very grateful that he's with Patrick, and that Patrick's the one that's going to be taking him to Colombia, and he's the one that's going to manage him now, and he's very grateful for that. And Patrick's been telling him that if he wins this fight, that he's going to get better fights, and he's very happy for it.
Of course. And could you ask him about his in-ring style? How would he describe himself as a fighter?
Oye, tu estilo de pelear, ¿qué eras? ¿Eres fajador? ¿Eres boxeador? ¿Cómo eres?
Y a mí me gusta más un estilo más agresivo. Obviamente, si tengo que fajarme, me tengo que fajar. Y si tengo que boxear, boxeo. O sea, no tengo un estilo muy identificado, sino que el estilo mío, obviamente, es por mi golpe de poder, por mi knockout. Pero obviamente trato siempre de ser lo más completo posible.
Okay, well, he's saying that he's a boxer, but also if he has to fight inside, he'll fight inside. That's no problem. And that he himself knows that he hits hard, and he right away he's going to go for a knockout.
Okay, so we've got someone who's there to entertain and put on a show, essentially, which is good to hear. As a boxing fan, it's always good to hear the fighters who are willing to go out there and really go for it.
He says he's a great fighter. He's a great boxer. And, he himself says he is ready to go. He has a lot of confidence in himself, and he said you just wait to see what he's going to do.
Absolutely. Thank you again for that, Rudy. Next question is a bit of more of a psychological one, I suppose, in terms of his partner is a former two-time world champion boxer. How has that sort of helped to motivate him, and how does that affect him on a day-to-day? Does he use that as motivation to try and go on and become a world champion himself? And how does his wife's accomplishments sort of help him to motivate himself further?
Okay, allá donde te estás entrenando ahorita tienes una persona que estaba contigo que es ex campeón. ¿Quién es ese muchacho que es ex campeón? Te ayuda allá en el campo.
Omar Narváez, él peleó con Inoue.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Was what, sorry?
Gary, is that the one? ¿Cómo se llama?
Omar Narváez.
Omar Narváez, is that him?
No, I was saying about his partner was a former two-time world champion, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying about his wife, was he Jessica Bob?
I'm sorry.
Mi mujer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica Bob es mi mujer, es mi esposa.
Rudy, can you hear what he's saying?
No, I'm not understanding. Go ahead.
I said his partner was a former two-time world champion, Jessica Bob.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I was saying how has that helped him to motivate himself to try and attempt to become a world champion one day as well?
Oh, okay. El motivo que estabas con el otro muchacho te dio ánimo para ser campeón también.
¿Cómo?
¿Te dio ánimo para hacer eso también, a ser campeón?
Sí, la verdad que me dio ánimo, obviamente, estando al lado de una gran campeona.
Yeah.
Me motiva, ¿no? Me enseña a ser 100% profesional y obviamente que ella tiene los cinturones de campeona del mundo de la WBA, de la AMB y de la OMB, tiene los dos cinturones y creo que para mí eso es una gran motivación de decir, yo quiero cumplir mi sueño de ser campeón también.
Yeah, there you go. He said that this guy it motivates him and he the guy likes him a lot, and he works with him too, and he tells him this move, that move, and he's very happy to have him there with him in his camp.
No problem. And in terms of recently we saw a massive fight on Netflix, Canelo versus Crawford. Alejandro, what were your thoughts on the main event, and who did you think sort of won the fight? I think most people thought Crawford won the fight. What were your thoughts on the performance overall?
La pelea de Crawford y Canelo, ¿cómo tú lo viste? ¿Miraste que Canelo perdió como perdió? ¿O crees que él ganó? ¿O dio la pelea? ¿O qué tú crees de la pelea? ¿Qué pasó con eso?
Para mí, hoy en día, el Canelo es mi boxeador favorito, pero la verdad que Crawford es de otro planeta. Yo sabía que cuando se hizo esa pelea lo subestimaban mucho a Crawford, pero para mí es de los boxeadores, lo más completo que hay es él. Sacando a Lomachenko, de lo más completo que hay es él.
Okay. He's saying that Canelo was his favorite fighter, is his favorite fighter. But he himself felt inside that Crawford was going to beat him. Okay, and it's sad to say, but it's sad to see because he likes Canelo. He likes him a lot, and Lomachenko, he says he also likes him the way he likes to fight. Also,
sure. On that note, can you, Alejandro, can you tell me your 3 favorite boxers of all time and one reason why for each?
Si puedes mentar 3 boxeadores en tus tiempos ahorita, ¿y cuál es tu favorito y por qué?
De mi tiempo, de ahora,
Sí.
Bueno, Crawford.
Crawford's one.
Canelo Álvarez.
Canelo Álvarez.
Y otro que me gusta, en su momento me gustaba mucho Lomachenko también, pero ya hoy no está él, ya está retirado. Pero otro boxeador así bueno que me guste, también lo pongo a Victor Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz.
Wow. What is it about Virgil that he likes, considering he's someone in his weight division at the moment? What is it about him that stands out to him?
Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz.
Why does he like him?
What is it about Virgil that stands out to him as someone in his weight division?
Quiere andar preguntando que por qué Virgil es en este tiempo ahorita, por qué te gusta mucho.
Porque para mí es un boxeador agresivo, con muy buena y creo que de todos los boxeadores con los que hice sparring, creo que con el que más aprendí fue con él.
He said with all the fighters and the boxers that he did sparring with, he's the one that he learned most of all of them. He liked him.
Amazing, thank you. And Alejandro, for obviously everyone who is going to be tuning in, hopefully, to your fight in Colombia on October the 4th, what do you expect to happen on the night, and what do you promise to deliver for boxing fans around the world?
Cuando peleas ahorita allá en Colombia, cuando ya subes al ring y todo, ya es peleando, y ¿qué tú crees, que tú prometas a todo la gente en el mundo para decir que yo estoy listo y yo soy bueno como los otros? ¿Cómo lo ves?
Y yo quiero que me vean en acción. Yo soy un boxeador que no me gusta hablar mucho. Sí me gusta demostrar arriba del ring todo mi trabajo, todas las cosas que vengo haciendo. Y que bueno, y quiero dejar buenas impresiones para que mi promotora y mi promotor digan, hey, este muchacho está listo para grandes cosas.
Okay, he's saying that when he's a very quiet fighter, he doesn't really like to talk too much. But when he gets up in the ring, he shows everything he has, and that's where you're going to find out what kind of fighter he is. The promoters have a lot of confidence in him. I don't know if you have a promoter, you have a partner, Patrick, is a female?
Yeah, Westside's promoting him. So yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then him and the promoter, the other promoter. Really? Mande.
A mí siempre me gustó trabajar en silencio. A mí siempre me gusta trabajar en silencio y que mi resultado haga el ruido.
He likes to train in quiet, to be everything quiet. He likes to in private because he doesn't want anybody bothering him.
That's fair. Thank you for that again, Rudy. And Patrick, just to wrap up, I know you're not very well as well. I don't want to keep you too long. Just your sort of final thoughts on what you think the ceiling is for someone like Alejandro with his ability. And also, before we finish, just talk to us a little bit about Westside Promotions and your plans for the future as well, please.
Yeah. So, with his ceiling, I mean, he has a long way to go, right? I mean, like I say, he's pretty deep into his career at the, 25, fights, 26 fights total with one draw. But, he's still young in that division. And, because he is so, with his boxing IQ and with his power, there's a lot of room for him to move, a lot of room. We haven't seen that ceiling yet. And again, I believe by the end, Boots, they call, is that fight realistic to have the next fight? No. By the end of next year, yes. By those types of discussions will present themselves again. There's, other calls that we're getting to try to see where we're at. We're not willing to drop in weight. He's fighting at 154 and not looking to move up either. So, but I think he's, pretty solid. I mean, if you look at, the rankings that are there right now, I mean, he's ranked number 7 by the WBA. He's number 1 in Argentina. The WBC ranking is what we're working on to get him in that top 10 as well. And he is very deserving. So his ceiling is going to be seen, over these next couple of fights. And he's going to showcase his talents. Again, we'll get him here in America, showcase his talents and put the pressure on, top 10s. Let's make it happen. He has enough experience. He has enough, sparring with some top names. He has some good fights in his background. These aren't, easy wins that he's produced over these years, right? He's really put a lot of time and effort into his his career, and I'm there to help him to achieve those goals. We have a lot of backing for this, a lot of people behind the scenes that will be pushing. This next year is going to be a very exciting year for him, and a name that's going to be at the forefront. I can guarantee you that he's going to be making some big noise in the next coming months, and by the end of next year, I'll guarantee that he'll be in line. Whether these people want to share the ring with him or not, they could talk right now, but until the contracts are there, keep talking, but present the contract and we'll make it happen. He's ready, and his ceiling, once he gets that title, I expect him to be able to defend it for years to come. So that's what I'm putting my money and efforts into, and my partners as well. We're pretty well invested into Alejandro and his future. So more things will be coming in the very near future. And again, a great person, a great fighter, and he'll be making some noise.
Thank you very much for that, Patrick. And just to wrap up, any last words just about Westside Promotions and the future plans in 2026?
Yeah, we're based out of California. We've put on some pretty big shows with Rudy and the WBC. We've put on the Ronald Gabriel WBC fight, Adam Blue Nose Lopez. We have a nice roster of boxers, and we're adding and subtracting, bringing on new talent as we speak. And I mean, we are a very young and promising promotion in that same content. Pushing our fighters and building the brand and getting them those top fights. So that's what we spend a lot of time and effort on, is bringing our fighters up to rankings, getting them the proper fights to do so, and the exposure that they need to gain that knowledge and put them in those right spots.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Patrick, for that as well. Massive thank you to Alejandro. Gracias. Thank you for your time. Rudy, thank you so much for your time today as well in your translation.
All right. Okay, mijo, ándale, mucho gusto. Y
And
suerte,
Patrick, hope you guys in the future for Alejandro's next fight as well after October 4th.
Suerte, Alejandro.
Dale.
Okay.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Bye.